Tonight I'll show you the campaign that most of you, I'm sure, have never seen, but is a key reason that Labor is winning this election campaign. It's the advertising war, and especially the advertising war on social media. And I think what I'll show you will scare you, and not just scare you because you'll see how poor the coalition campaign is in comparison, but also how Labor is winning this election on lies that the coalition isn't fighting, not well enough. And that is a warning not just for the coalition, but for the country. Let me start by reminding you of 3 great free-to-air ads from past campaigns that really set the standard back when free-to-air ads mattered. First, of course, is Labor's classic It's Time ad in 1972, featuring TV stars of the time, Bobby Lim, Bert Newton, Jack Thompson, backing off Whitlam, making it sound that a Labor win would be a new dawn, which is very different to the more downbeat Liberal launch this year. Second is another Labor ad. They've always been able to do these ads well. It's the Whinging Wendy ones, made by John Singleton and Bob Hawke, attacking then Liberal leader John Howard's promise of tax cuts, in exactly the way, by the way, that Labor is today attacking Peter Dutton, making false claims that cut Medicare, a lie that the Liberals nearly 40 years later still haven't learned to counter.
Where is your $8 billion tax cut money really coming from? Will you cut pensions? Will you destroy Medicare? Will you close child mining centres? Please tell us, Mr Howard. We want to know. Where is the money really coming from?
And last, another Labor ad, a classic that the Liberals should have learned from, a very sunny Kevin Rudd, optimistic, making fun of the Liberal scare campaign. And remembering this, I wonder how come the Liberals haven't done anything as effective.
Mr Howard always resorts to negative scare campaigns, and we'll see plenty of them once again this election. It's the sign of a government that's just lost touch. Australia needs fresh ideas. I have a positive plan for our country's future.
Optimism, confidence, fast reaction, aggression. I think they're all elements missing from this Liberal campaign. Now, the Liberals' latest free-to-air ad of 2 men at a bar complaining about the broken promises of Albanese, look, it's okay, but it's actually pretty average, no real passion, nothing really memorable about it. And where are all the Liberal ads anyway? I mean, I haven't seen that many, to be honest, and I haven't really seen a very consistent theme. Now, of course, you'll be told the free-to-air ads, they're so yesterday, and today it's about social media and podcasts, targeting very specific groups of voters that need to be shifted. Now, leave aside, of course, the argument that there should be room for ads en masse that really sell an overarching vision of Australia's future, one that unites us all, a big theme. A theme, by the way, that neither side has offered, you might notice. And that's maybe because Australians are now so divided. So many now weren't born here, so many are locked into identity politics, so many are tuned out. But okay, let's look at the social media. Like TikTok videos, they're aimed especially at young voters between 18, 24, but also older, of course. Voters who tend to know almost nothing about politics, who tend to get their information from social media and not TV newspapers. So these are very different ads. For instance, both sides have jumped on an AI-generated meme character that was invented just 2 months ago, called Tim Cheese, a mouse with glasses, blamed for killing John Pork, a virtual influencer who's a pig. That's really how some Labor voters got this political message.
Tim Cheese has been spotted in Australia working on Peter Dutton's risky and expensive nuclear scheme. In a letter confiscated from Mama Cheese, Tim Cheese states, Peter Dutton's plan will cost taxpayers $600 billion.
The Liberals also used Tim Cheese, although not with quite the same sass and punch.
Prices are up 20%. How many times will Labor lie about not ruining the economy?
We're going to target a 1.2 million.
Holy shit, that's a lot of lies. Ready to get started?
Yeah.
You lied to us about cheaper power.
Well, that's not true.
You spent $450 million on The Voice.
Well, that's not true.
Now, you'll notice with Labor's Tim Cheese ad, one of Labor's great lies in this campaign. The coalition's 7-plan nuclear reactors would cost $600 billion, which just happens to be about 4 times the likely real cost. And their other lie, used every election, that the Liberals plan secret cuts, so secret that not even the Liberals know about them. But even Homer Simpson, he does. He says those terrible Liberals, they will cut.
Well, I wasn't able to cut everyone I wanted to. I have cut a lot of you. Wendell is cut. Rudy is cut. Janie, you're gone. Stephen, I like your hustle. That's why it was so hard to cut you.
Now, the other lie, the big lie, absolutely central to Labor's campaign, is that one from 40 years ago, that the Liberals will cut Medicare. That's the lie that has Albanese always flashing his Medicare card again today. Plus, it also features in the TikTok ads.
Yeah, the Liberals got so terrible as hell. Don't wanted you to beg to be in hospital. Oh, Labour needs your help to hold them back. These election Medicare's under attack.
I bet you haven't seen any of those ads, but they're having an effect out there. And then there's this other Labor lie on TikTok that the Liberals just borrow their policies from the wicked Donald Trump.
The future we want is not an American-style wages system, not American levels of student debt, and never, ever American health care. We don't beg and borrow ideologies from anywhere else in the world.
Well, fact check, the Liberals are not copying Trump, which is exactly why some people on the right attack Peter Dutton. And look at Labor's hypocrisy. US President Joe Biden promised to cancel student debt. Albanese is now promising exactly the same year, 20% off student debt. Now, it's true that the Liberals do their own TikTok videos, and some are good, using AI inventively, involving space creatures, using petrol with that tax excise promised by Peter Dutton, the cut. But there are others that don't really punch home a strong political message. Like this one, mocking Albanese's very awkward greeting at his campaign launch of rival Tanya Plibersek, the Environment Minister.
Hey, 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 hey.
Funny, but so what? And the latest stats tell the tale. Albanese beats Dutton in engagements on their TikToks by 6-1 and beats Greens leader Adam Ban 9-1, as measured by Fabulate. Now, some of Albanese's videos actually get as many as 600,000 views, which is not bad. Overall engagement for the political parties, and engagements means, comments and likes on these videos, is much closer, but Labor is still way ahead. Now, if you think it's crazy that an election can be decided by ads like the ones I just showed you, you are correct. But it's compulsory voting for you. You've got to appeal even to the clueless and bored. And if you think it's disgraceful that Labor can win by telling such shameless lies, you are right again. But complaints are for losers. And think also what it means for our future that these things are true. Where the word cut is poison, even when this government is giving us $1 trillion debt. But for the Liberals, there is now this further question. How does it feel to get to a winning position before an election campaign, only to find out you're way behind after just 2 weeks of Labor campaigning? Something sure must change right now.